Here I am, episode 109. This may be brief. I'm tired. I spent all day dealing with the police again today and securing the building and just realizing how much shit is stolen. So, yeah, just, not the best day still. Sorry. Anyway, such is life, right? So it goes. Hey, at least I still have a job doing this. I could be Jimmy Kimmel and kicked off the air. Can't kick me off just yet. You can try. You can just not show up. All right, so. Everybody's gone. Oh, well. Let's see. Episode 109 on September the 17th, 2025. It says my bit rate's weak. Sorry, that's not great. I don't know why it's doing that. Who knows? Sorry. I'm just whipped. Beat. It happens. So my adventure to New Jersey, it started with this, which I thought was pretty funny. It's on a train, and the guy's watching Airplane, the movie Airplane, on a train. I just found it to be comical, so I took a picture of the guy watching the movie Airplane while I'm on a train. So it was almost like plane, trains, and automobiles, but it wasn't even close. So that was just my version of it. And then this is the festival banner as I was walking the door. See, here and now, welcome. It was very interesting. The security was tight and loose. It depended on what line you got into. So you had to kind of go from line to line if you wanted to get in. Some lady got into a whole big kerfuffle about a big red wagon she wanted to drag in because she had it in yesterday where it clearly stated no big red wagons, but she had it in. So anyway, that was a thing. Here's ZZ Top. Look at that. Woo, ZZ Top. So this is a giant stage. There's a couple pictures I did not get downloaded, so I'm going to still have to download pictures, and I'll do that maybe tomorrow. I didn't have the time. I just didn't get it together today. So there you go. There's a couple pictures and a little bit of Here and Now Festival. I will get the rest. Sorry, I'm yawning. Oh, I slept like crap. I just could not sleep, and I woke up really early. Maybe it's my system is still set to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Don't know. But brief history of stuff. 1976, the Sex Pistols played a prison in Essex, England. I don't imagine that. I mean, Johnny Cash can do it. He's a little bit mellow, but the Sex Pistols, I mean, wow, the prisoners must have been a bit riled up after that. I don't know why they would do that, but hey, it's England. 1964, the Supremes go to number one for the album. It's their second consecutive one for Baby Love. Baby Love, my baby love. So yeah, and again, this all happens on this day. Remember, this is September the 17th, so it just depends on the year. 1967, The Who appeared for the first time on U.S. TV on the Smothers Brothers. They were a big hit. They played My Generation, and I guess Keith Moon, who was still alive at the time, at the end had a big flash bang, like I guess it was bigger than people expected, and it was quite boisterous. You can find it online if you go look for such things. In 1964, the Rolling Stones had the Police show up at a concert because it just said Trouble the concert for a concert with 4,000 at it. I found this to be quite entertaining, to say the least. The Beatles played Memorial Stadium in Kansas City, and it was the highest paid that that the stadium ever played for a live act. They paid $150,000 for the Beatles. Tickets for the show were $4.50. $4.50 to see the Beatles. Right. You can't even get a coffee for $4.50. Well, unless you go to get bean juice from Duke and Duchess, but you can barely get that. Just saying. Seems a bit extravagant. In 1967, also, Now this is one of those things that's been documented a bazillion times. It's where the Doors, Jim Morrison, was on the Ed Sullivan Show and was banned from ever returning because basically Jim said that he would not sing the line, "Girl, you couldn't get much higher." Come on, be like my fire. It's in the movie and it's a couple of places, but basically he was supposed to change the lyrics, and at the last second he just, basically said, "Girl, we couldn't get much higher," like yells it, and everyone was pissed, and then the Doors were banned from Ed Sullivan ever again. He didn't care. It made more controversy, and, arrested in Florida for pulling a Lenny Kravitz and pulling out his wang. But Lenny didn't do that on purpose, right? That just happened accidentally. Don't know. Wasn't there. And then this is the one that haunted everyone. 1969, Paul McCartney died. He was dead on this day. This is the day that the whole world lost their mind that Paul McCartney was dead, and it was been a body double since he actually died on the 9th of November in 1966 in Scotland in a car accident. And it's been a body double ever since. So even back from 1966, we had people saying that people were dead and that it's a body double, as it is today. Now you can just do it with AI a little better, but, I am the walrus, I am the Eggman, I buried Paul. Maybe we buried Paul. I don't know. Did you? Did you bury Paul? I didn't. 1978, I found to be. So Queen shot the video for Bicycle Race. They shot it in Wembley Stadium, and they hired professional actresses, and they got them 65 women, professional actresses, to ride bicycles naked for a bicycle race. Upon finding this out, the rental company for the bicycles demanded that they pay for all new bicycle seats, saddles as they're called in England, for all the bicycles once they found out what the purpose and the use was for it. I mean, it's just kind of funny. Sure, I get it, but it's kind of funny if you think about it. They want all new saddles for the rental. It happens. 1991, Guns N' Roses released 4 million albums at a time, all at once. It was the largest in pop history. They released, I guess it was because they used Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 at the same time. So because they simultaneously released both of them, it was the largest shipment of albums in the U.S. at the time for pop history. I don't know if anyone would ever beat that, but it does sound like a lot because, again, Guns N' Roses, really? That's who got that title? I guess. Sorry, I'm yawn again. 2011, Jimi Hendrix. Yeah, I know. I'm just like dialing it in. Sorry. I'm just exhausted. Like I said, didn't sleep for shit. Jimi Hendrix estate did an archival release 41 years later. They released the newly redone Winterland 68 concert, a revamp of the 1972 live concert, a DVD upgrade of the final UK festival gig, and a DVD revision of talk show appearances that he had done throughout the years. So, still making money off Jimmy 41 years after his death. That's the way it works, right? We all do that. We make money after we die. No, stop it. All of you, just stop that now. 1934, the first LP was released on RCA Victor of 33 and a third, long play, 33 and a third speed, and it was Beethoven's fifth done by the Philharmonic. The Philadelphia Philharmonic did Beethoven's fifth as a recorded album, an LP, long play, 33 and a third, as opposed to the small little 45s. Fleetwood Mac in 1977. This was the 19th week that they were number one for the album Rumors. I think that's one of those albums that everybody had in their collection back at those times. And in 1982, George Thorogood released the song Bad to the Bone. Now, my story of George Thorogood is that is the musician that when I first had a job working as a security person at a venue here, and George Thorogood, we were told that we had to turn our backs and we're not allowed to look at George as he walked past us. So I was backstage working the stage door, and as he came down the stairs, I was not allowed to look at George Thorogood. I had to turn my back to George as he came down the stairs because I was not allowed to look him in the eye. So that was just one of those little weird, idiosyncratic things from an artist. I just thought, what a jackass. that was my thoughts on the whole thing. Still to this day, I still think, what a jackass. What can I say? So that was the light version. I really, like I said, I did not go deep at all. Didn't find a bunch of singles and stuff. I looked at one resource and was kind of like, ugh, I didn't even start till just a little while ago. Just, just not feeling it tonight. Just, I could be the next talk show host. I could replace Kimmel or whatever, since I don't do politics and I'm not controversial. And I'm cute. Born today, Hank Williams, the original Hank Williams, not the junior, the Hank Williams himself, the country guy that everyone talks about, Hank Williams. Happy birthday, Hank. Also, Fee Waybill of The Tubes, born on this day, September 17th. Keith Flint, Prodigy. We lost Keith Flint, Prodigy. He died. But he was great. We loved the Prodigy. John Walker of Panic at the Disco, born on this day. Roddy McDowell from Planet of the Apes, born on this day. Roddy's gone as well. John Ritter, the first thruple of Three's Company. Come and knock on our door. Remember Three's Company? He was also in Bad Santa. I liked it in Bad Santa because he was just sort of like, oh, no, I can't believe you're doing those things. And then this I found to be the last two birthdays, which I found to be entertaining, to say the least, that they were listed. The first one is Wile E. Coyote. Right, he has a birthday. It was the first day he ever appeared. Wile E. Coyote. And Super Genius. And, of course, his nemesis, the Roadrunner. Beep, beep. Right. So they have birthdays. And apparently it's September 17th. So you can always mark that in your book. So if you're ever feeling super genius-like, today's the day to be that, because it is the birthday of Wile E. Coyote. Super genius. You gotta love that, right? So there you go. There it is. There's the briefest of actual research stuff. I've done shorter, I think, episodes, but this one was just short because I'm just tired, not because my technical abilities aren't there. I have all the pictures. I just couldn't download them fast enough. I was trying to link what I was. Well, that takes care of that. Oh crap! Sorry. I was trying to link. See, I have two cell phones, so I was trying to link the phone to the phone and then the phone to the computer, which I figured out how to do. It was just taking forever for it to download all the pictures. So I didn't get them all downloaded. My apologies. Look, I did bring this home. Speaking of Beatles, look. It's the Yellow Submarine. It survived. It was in pieces, but I brought it home for the most part. There it is. Because I have the Beatles. See, all the Beatles are hanging around. There's Ringo, and I think that's George. And wait, there's the other ones over here. See, look. More Beatles. Boop, there's all four of them. And now I have the Yellow Submarine back. Ta-da! Because we all live in this Yellow Submarine. I don't even have I don't even have the Heinz guy in the van picture up because I was downloading so many pictures. I don't feel like digging it out. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Remember Heinz? Yeah, that. Comment on it. At some point I'll get to it. Okay, yeah, I'm like I said, just dialing it in tonight. So I'm not going to anymore. I'm just going to go. I'm not going to riff. I'm not going to just go into circles. I'm just going to peace out. So thanks for this brief watch. I didn't have to worry about the camera clicking off because it does it for 20 minutes, and this won't even be 15 at best. So there. I'll get better, I promise. I'm just tired. Tired. Just been a long couple days. A little rough, long couple days just dealing with the stuff. It looks like October 16th is going to be an auction if everything goes the way it's supposed to go for the equipment and everything in the building. I think that's the day the auctioneer said. If there's anything left, we'll see if I can stop it at this point. Anyway, appreciate you. Thank you. Fade to black. Big sigh.